Welcome to the end of the Carrot of the Outfit, brought to you by Rocket Rabbit Commentaries on a game that's made possible with the help of some good friends. And
Hey,
in this
there's Mike.
final episode, we are going to the Normandy farmland in order to have one last death match. The death match that will determine who is the superior officer, which of course is Mike because he's won 2 games if I've won 1.
It's closer to 3-1, to be perfectly honest. At least it's
Actually closer to 4-1 because
Oh.
we played. I haven't won that many times.
Right.
You know what I've come to realize about myself as a player in general, not just in the outfit, is that I don't mind losing. I lose all the flipping time, and you know what? It lets me play the game because the game is a process to determine who wins or who loses. It is fun to win, but you know I get to enjoy that win every once in a while, maybe less than 10% of the time. It still feels good, though.
okay. So, as we are finally at the end of the outfit, I have to say that although I honestly find this game to be a very interesting take on real-time strategy, because that is a lot of the stuff that it's trying to do here, I don't really know if I would actually enjoy playing through this. The third-person angle for real-time strategy is something that I actually was able to adapt to for Brutal Legend, but I've never really been into, you know, World War II and Modern Warfare types of real-time strategy games. I have enjoyed a very little bit of Command and Conquer, but that's like the only RTS. That's the only modern-ish RTS that I think I've ever even attempted to play. And the other ones that the other one that I can think of would have been Empire Earth, but Empire Earth specifically was both very traditional and had a very untraditional tech tree. And I really like the future aspect of Empire Earth. This, I'm not entirely sure how much I would have enjoyed playing through, especially because of how long that we've fucking been here. I think that the multiplayer aspects of this are actually really well done, to be perfectly honest. Neither of these sides feels overly too powerful. I mean, the Panther is kind of bullshit, but only because it's supposed to be a super tank, and you know it's a tank busting tank. It's supposed to be extremely difficult to kill, but it looks, but I don't know. I think that this actually is a good video game. It is. It's got a decent campaign. It's got a decent multiplayer aspect. It had Xbox Live functionality at one point. It's got a relatively decent, if a bit rote soundtrack. And and a lot of the individual elements of the game actually do come together and throw a fairly nice presentation.
These blow-up effects and zoomed-out camera upon death make me squint.
But I have to say that because we've been going through this game so long, I am glad that we're finally done with this, because this has been boring as shit for me to try and sit through. I don't really have all that much to say aside from complaints about, you know, very small things that have to do with player skill, specifically Past Cloud's player skill. It's not fair of me to do that either, because this is a game that I straight up would not have even heard about if not for Cloud, and well, I do owe him some positive gratitude for that. Thank you for showing me this, Mr. Cloud. It's definitely more interesting than I make it out to be. I do say that.
You're welcome, Mr. Gurdite. And that was one of the main points, just one of the main points of me doing a Let's Play on this game in particular. I mean, not only did I grow up with this game, this is a game that distinguishes itself on this rather peculiar niche it has found on that you were talking about at the beginning of this part. That this is World War II RTS. You don't see a lot of games like this, and not only does it bring in the lore of World War II, while also combining with modern gaming tropes, RTS, third-person shooter, vehicle combat, destruction derby. It also has the kind of humor and tongue-in-cheek comedy that also makes it very special, not only as a video game, but as a narrative.
And of course, Mike is kicking your butt.
It's okay. He's been kicking my butt this whole time. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
And that's interesting that this map actually gives both players access to a motor pool.
Yeah, you know, tank versus tank, which is something that has not really been happening a lot during this multiplayer playthrough, because while one player has been preoccupied with armoring up in tanks, the other player has been incorrectly preoccupied with setting up gun emplacements in order to battle said tanks. Unsuccessfully, I might add.
Yeah, because every single one of the gun emplacements dies to a Panther shell, so...
No, every one of the gun emplacements dies to flanking.
That's
the number one way. That's the number one way to take out a gun emplacement, is just get behind it. All you have to do.
All you wanna do is have some fun.
Oh, this game has been a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing this with my brother, just sitting on a couch, just like old times. And the player and the gaming community has responded favorably. Again, well, not that this is the first time we mention it. Yes, this game has enjoyed a revitalization on modern platforms, because they opened up an online server for it once again, so people can join an online multiplayer and do all the silly things like driving a tractor.
Really? I didn't know that this actually was backwards compatible.
It's not backwards compatible. I believe there's a PC variant of this game that's available. That's how players are able to connect. Yeah.
Well, that is a glorious expansion to why pretty much every video game should have a PC port. Because eventually, when the developers are like, "No, we're fucking done with this. Have at it," then the players can be like, "Cool, now we can put Kirby in it."
Yeah, that's right.
And for the record, there are some Kirby maps that I think would actually work relatively well in this setting. Not necessarily City Trial itself, but some of the. For example, Kirby in the Forgotten Land has actually got a lot of relatively interesting one-room areas that would make pretty easy ports over for this game. And it would be interesting. The PC modding community specifically does a lot of interesting ideas when it comes to RTS games. I know that we're finally all the way through StarCraft 2 as of the time of this going up, but if you guys want to go check out the Grant Games Archive, he specifically spotlights a bunch of different mods that StarCraft 2 goes through. My favorites, of course, being the randomizers that are there. I've not played through those yet, but yeah, I absolutely love what the PC modding community has made for RTS games. I've not looked into the Brutal Legend modding community, to be perfectly honest, but that's mostly because I don't think that Brutal Legend actually got a... No, it did, because I ran the PC version for Rocket Rabbit, so I should definitely look into that. See what's going on with it.
The community and all of its wonderful inventions. I can see Kirby wearing a little army hat and, getting, the little fan like, why I oughta, and then he gets behind a 50 cal machine gun and starts firing bullets at Waddle Dee or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it would be Waddle Doo for the record. Field unit crate.
Well, and that's the final 2.5 minutes of the map. As you may accurately guess, the Americans have a commanding lead, mostly because whoever's playing as the Germans, probably me, is not being as aggressive in order to really dig heels into the dirt and get the motor pool and buy a tank with it. Although having a motor pool is not as effective when you don't have a lot of points.
Thing here.
Yeah. He has 2 motor pools. It's not exactly any more effective than having one, but it does deny the other player a motor pool.
Yeah.
That's why they never put 3 utilities in one game, only ever 2. So, that way, both players have an equal chance. Hey, stand still.
And you wasted an airstrike.
No. He's in the firing zone. He was almost in the firing zone. I almost killed him with an airstrike.
No, man. If you were going to kill him with that, you would have needed to predict that he was going to go backwards, and you were never going to do that, so...
I wanted to lure him into a trap. It didn't work.
Strom pistol.
Although the problem here is that airstrikes also can hit the player who called in the airstrike. My grenades will destroy you once and for all, Americans. I will throw granatas at you.
And you have failed.
Damn it. Yes, men, occupy the tank. Bring them to their knees.
I still find it weird that that his deaths don't count towards your points.
Not when the AI kills him.
Yeah, I get that it's because the AI
unfortunate.
killed him, but still, man. It would be an interesting balance. It would be an interesting balancing thing because you know the AI is not honestly competent enough to successfully score those kills. But did you manage? How did you manage to kill him there?
That was a good question.
I
Glad I got a
guess
point
your
for it.
emplacements got him.
Right. So vehicles ruled by AI cannot get points. He got a point because he
killed
shot
you.
me in the head with a rifle. Dang it. Well, I guess this game has been decided. And you know what we've decided here is the outfit is a memorable experience and ought to be enjoyed for modern audiences. It has not held up graphic-wise, but the core mechanics and AI make this game wonderfully unique. And we appreciate you watching our playthrough of it, everybody.
All right, everyone, be safe.